Toyota changed the RAV4 more than some buyers expected. But the bigger question is what Toyota fixes next. The 2026 model moved into an all-electrified lineup, added a stronger hybrid system, brought in the plug-in hybrid with more power and more EV range, and introduced new trims like Woodland and GR Sport. But after the first wave of reviews, owner feedback, and dealership conversations, a few weak points are already becoming clear. So in this video, we're not just reviewing the 2026 RAV4. We're looking ahead at what Toyota may change for 2027 or 2028, from features and pricing to availability, interior complaints, software, and trim strategy. And make sure you watch until the end, because there are also some things Toyota probably will not change at all, no matter how much buyers ask. Subscribe now and like this video for more RAV4 updates. Let's get right into it. One of the biggest complaints surrounding the 2026 Toyota RAV4 is the move away from traditional buttons and physical controls. This has quickly become one of the most debated parts of the new generation. When Toyota first showed the interior, many buyers immediately noticed that more functions had been moved into the touchscreen. Whether it is the smaller display on lower trims like LE and XLE, or the larger screen on higher trims like Limited and XSE, the cabin now depends much more on the multimedia system than before. Things like climate adjustments, fan speed, heated steering wheel settings, and other everyday controls are now more screen-focused. And while this makes the dashboard look cleaner and more modern, not every driver wants to tap through menus just to change simple settings while driving. That is why Toyota could make some adjustments for the 2027 or 2028 RAV4. It may not be a complete redesign, but Toyota could improve the layout, simplify the software, or bring back a few key physical buttons for the controls people use most often. Another possible change is the way Toyota organizes the RAV4 lineup. Right now, some trims and powertrains are limited depending on the market. For example, certain versions like the Woodland Edition may be available only as a regular hybrid in some regions, not as a plug-in hybrid. Over the next few years, Toyota may expand plug-in hybrid availability, adjust trim options, and possibly push the RAV4 lineup closer to full electrification. With Toyota already growing its electric SUV lineup, it would not be surprising if a fully electric RAV4 eventually becomes part of the conversation. Now, one future change that feels almost inevitable is a fully electric RAV4. Toyota has not officially confirmed a full EV RAV4 for 2027, so this is still speculation. But when you look at Toyota's direction, it is not hard to understand why people are expecting it. The company already has the BZ, the updated BZ lineup, and more electric SUVs entering the conversation. So eventually, a RAV4 EV feels less like a question of if and more like when. Another area Toyota may adjust is convenience features, especially on popular trims like the XLE and XLE Premium. In Canada, the 2026 RAV4 XLE Premium adds useful upgrades like a panoramic moonroof and auto-dimming mirror. But one feature some buyers miss is the driver memory seat system. Right now, that feature is mainly reserved for higher trims like the Limited, and that could frustrate buyers who do not want to move all the way up the lineup just to get a feature they previously enjoyed. So for 2027 or 2028, Toyota could bring more premium convenience features back into the middle trims. Memory seats would be one of the most useful additions, especially for families where more than one person drives the vehicle. Another big area is color selection. Toyota did a strong job with colors like Ruby Flare, Urban Rock, Everest on Woodland, and Storm Cloud, but some buyers may still want more traditional grey options. Toyota could easily respond by adding one or two safer, more neutral colors in the next model year. One thing Toyota may need to reconsider is the lack of a true grey color in the RAV4 lineup. Right now, some buyers may look at Storm Cloud and think it fills that gap, but it is not really grey. It has more of a soft blue tone. Then there is Brown Sugar, which is called Meteor Shower in the US, but that also leans more toward a beige, gold, or brown shade rather than a proper grey. That is why bringing back a real grey option could make a lot of sense. It could be something like the previous magnetic grey metallic, or even a newer shade similar to heavy metal or underground, which Toyota uses on other models. A darker grey or more rugged-looking grey would likely appeal to a wide range of RAV4 buyers. This matters because many customers still prefer neutral colors. When people are shopping for a new RAV4 and do not want white, black, red, blue, or beige, grey is usually one of the safest choices. Without it, some buyers may settle for storm cloud or meteor shower, even though neither one is exactly what they were looking for. Now, before wrapping up, let's talk about what probably will not change anytime soon. The first thing is the overall design. If you do not love the front end, the rear lights, the headlights, or even the interior layout, Toyota is unlikely to make major design changes this early. The 2026 RAV4 is still a brand new generation, so the exterior and interior styling will probably stay mostly the same for the next few model years. Another thing that likely will not change anytime soon is the overall design. Toyota usually waits a few years before doing a mid-cycle refresh, so if you are not a fan of the front end, rear lights, interior layout, or dashboard design, those are probably here to stay for 2027 and likely 2028 as well. The 2026 RAV4 is still too new for Toyota to start making major styling changes. The same thing applies to the shift-by-wire setup on certain trims. Instead of a traditional mechanical gear shifter, some versions use a smaller electronic-style shifter. That is not something Toyota can easily remove without changing the center console, interior packaging, and overall cabin layout. So if that shifter style is not for you, the better option may be choosing a trim that still feels more traditional. The powertrains are also unlikely to change soon. Toyota has just introduced the 5th-generation hybrid system for the regular RAV4 hybrid and the newer plug-in hybrid system for the PHEV models. Because these systems are fresh, Toyota is probably not going to replace them quickly. The only major addition that could happen later is a fully electric RAV4, but that has not been officially confirmed. Pricing, however, is a different story. Prices usually move from year to year, and with inflation, demand, and production costs, the 2027 RAV4 will probably cost a little more than the 2026 model. So the most realistic future changes may be a new grey color, more features on mid-level trims, and possibly a full EV version. But the design, shifter layout, and hybrid powertrains are probably staying for a while.